hair powder in, but I washed my hair last night and then I went to sleep. Well, I went to sleep way too late, but I stayed on the phone all night long and did not go to bed early like I should have. And when I woke up today, my hair was all flat because I literally laid down with the towel on my head. And if you have thin hair like me, you cannot do that. Oh, look what this does. Oh God, the volume. So, anyways, I don't even know why I'm putting on makeup. It's so dumb. I have a bunch of errands to run. I have to pack a bunch of orders. I'm going to film myself packing a couple of them. I got to go to the post office. I got my Holy Grail hoops in. I don't have any other jewelry because I put some tanning stuff on my fingers because, you know, my knuckles are always really red in pictures. It looks awful. So I'm trying to avoid that. So anyways, what am I doing tonight? Tonight I'm going to my friend's house. That's a boy that I like. Hold on, I'll tell you about it as long as I can make sure she's not watching this video. I don't know why I even keep it a secret now. Really, I just keep it a secret for my own, to not look stupid, I guess, for myself, which is dumb because he sure doesn't care. And the crazies already got to him. Hi, sister. Love you. Miss you. Have fun. Text me when you get there. Hi, friends. I want to make sure he's not in here real quick. We can talk about boys. Okay, I don't think so. Hold on. Nope, not in here. Okay, good. He's at work, so he shouldn't be in here watching this video. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on. So, a lot of things are going on. Number one, I told you guys that by the 14th, and I totally made that day up, but it was kind of like a timeline for myself that I would make sure everything on the website was under $1,000. And then, of course, I post that ring that I made for me and Krissa, and I kid you not, I got 10,000 responses. Everybody wants that ring, and I'm like, yo, it's not under $1,000 though. I'm trying to make everything on the website under $1,000. That ring's like $2,400. But you can use coupon code Rebecca and get 20% off your order online. So, oh, and you know what? Hold on, I didn't think about it. Since I already told people to use that coupon code. Okay, I'll just let it stick. I lowered a bunch of stuff to under $1,000, including the Kennedy and the Maddie, which were like $1,550 and $1,750. But I think it'll be worth it because what I'm going to lose by not being able to sell those rings at a higher price, I'll gain, because I think it sounds cool to be able to say, like, my girlfriend owns this jewelry company and every single thing's under $1,000. Unless you make it custom. Like the ring that I had yesterday is obviously not under $1,000. But everything else that I haven't already produced or hasn't been already produced is under $1,000. And I just love how that sounds. Like, I've been meeting all kinds of people everywhere, and they're like, where'd you get your jewelry? And I'm like, well, let me just tell you. I need to make myself some business cards, but I don't really have the money for that right now, so we'll just put that on the back burner. We're trying to save our dollars and invest every single thing right back into business. And, I'm literally putting every dollar back into my company and paying a CPA to go through my finances. It's so nice. I'm like, tell me how much I really should have paid the IRS, because I'm clear that between Satan and Lucifer, they definitely knew I was overpaying. So let me know how much I should have paid. So anyways, that's what's going on. I'm going to lower everything. I'm going to ship a bunch of orders today. I literally made myself a list of stuff to do because as I'm filming this video, I'll forget all the things I have to do. Valentina has not come yet. So I got 2 big orders so far. I'm still waiting for the third one. And the third one was from a different factory. And that factory was like, oh, well, you added all these other things to the order. Because, like, orders kept coming in every day. So I kept on adding stuff. But, like, I wasn't trying to add it to the original order, like, from my birthday. So I'm like, listen, woman, I've got to have those orders. Like, we've got to go. Like, if I was selling on TikTok right now, I'd get banned. Because TikTok, you have to ship it within, like, just a couple days. Also, TikTok doesn't allow you to connect, like, our e-commerce platform anymore because they're trying to make their own. So, I only have 2 layers of tracks in because my freaking extensions keep falling out. It's driving me goddamn bananas. Sorry, Jesus, I shouldn't have said that. So, I have, like, no hair. It's so thin. But anyways, so, hey, Sarah. I put e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I need to get some more of that. Sarah, if you go to Ulta or Sephora, will you grab it for me and I'll Venmo you? I sold one of my bags already, and it was kind of sad. I guess it's only sad, not because it's a material item. I don't care about that. I think it's sad because, like, I have to sell my bags, you know? And, like, I shouldn't have to. But also, like, knowing that they're going to, like, my social media friends is, like, so much better than them just going to, like, some random... Like, I have an appointment to sell a ton of bags to Fashion File at Neiman's. And, like, I'm not going to know who gets that bag. Like, at least if I sell it to somebody I know, it's like still in the family. That's what I told her. So I sold the velvet black Gucci, and I'm probably going to sell the duffel to Fashion File because they'll probably give me the most for it. And then I have a bunch of Tory Burch. I have like a Vince Camuto one that I'm putting on for $50. I have a Michael Kors one I'm putting on for $75. I have a Gucci Disco, the only one I have left because the other two just miraculously disappeared from three, green, black, and tan. Miraculously just disappeared from my old house. So I'm going to put the red one on. I'll put that on there for cheap too. Hi guys. Did y'all read my post on Facebook? Or I guess it's on Instagram now. And then I have like 2 tubs of bags that I'm going to sell. Also, I'm going to, because it's about to be switch over season, even though it's still warm outside for us. I'm going to put a bunch of like transitional stuff that I have that you can like layer for the fall, especially if you're from the South and you can't like wear a jacket all day long. I'm going to put that stuff on sale, but it'll probably be later this weekend on the Busy Becca Closet website because number one, I don't have time to sit down and do it yet. But I am going to put a bunch of that stuff for like super cheap just to get rid of it. And whatever sizes are online are the only sizes that I have. So like I know in one shirt I only have like 2 smalls, a medium, and a large I think left. So whatever is online, that's all there is. And then hopefully Monday or Tuesday, what day do I have to go to court? I have to go to stupid court. But one of those days next week, I'll start putting the fall stuff online. Really cute fall sweaters. And then I'm going to try to make them really cheap. Do y'all think it's a better idea? Honestly, I think it's a better idea instead of giving them a coupon code, because people always forget to use coupon codes. I think it's a better idea to just list them on the website at like a lower price. What else do I have to tell you? I ordered a bunch of shit from Amazon, got it in the mail, and it's nowhere near what it's like looks like in the picture. And like I can tell what the fabric is supposed to be, so it's really annoying when you get something and you're like, that is nowhere near what it looks like in the picture. But I did get 3 sweater dresses from Amazon that I did like the quality of them. So I'll show you those. I think they're from a third-party company, like a store that sells on Amazon, which I could do that too, but that is too much to keep up with. And I'm really just trying to focus on jewelry right now. I would never buy jewelry from Amazon either. Oh my God. What a freaking scam. What else I can tell you? Oh, lab diamonds plummeted, not skyrocketed. This week, lab diamonds did. And you know why? Because people are getting smarter. They're figuring it out. If you're going to buy something lab created, why not just buy moissanite? Also, if you buy a mined diamond, how do you know it came out of a mine and not a lab? Because you would not be able to tell. Even if you took it to a jeweler, he couldn't tell. They're supposed to be chemically the exact same. So why not just buy moissanite? It's almost as hard. Literally, it's the closest gemstone in hardness, even harder than a sapphire, to a diamond. It, technically speaking and visually speaking, is twice as sparkly. If you want a diamond to sparkle like moissanite does, you'd have to pay a fortune, far more than any normal person could afford, because it'd have to be so faceted to make all those little rainbow flares. I'm just running this through real quick. Good thing about not having any hairs, this only takes 5 seconds. And I launched my affiliate program. Oh my God. Okay, let me tell you about the affiliate program. Like, it's free to sign up. And here's the part that you need to jump on board with. So this is how it works. If you sign up as an affiliate, or I've called it the brand ambassador program because I hate the word affiliate. But if you sign up, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to buy anything, nothing. All you have to do is share the stuff. You have to believe in the product first. Don't just do it to do it. But talk to me for 5 minutes and you'll definitely understand. So you share your coupon code using content I created or you created. I have a Facebook group just for affiliates. I have a Instagram page just for affiliates, and I share all the content that I make in those groups and people can repost it. But you share your coupon code. So let's talk about this. Let me see. Sarah shares her coupon code. Look, can I put a picture in here? Let me show you this. Hopefully this will help explain it to you. Okay, see this? Can you read that? So Sarah shares her code with someone else, right? Then so Sarah gets 5%, so Sarah shares her code with Abby. Abby places an order. Abby gets 20% off. Sarah gets 5% of Abby's order in commission. Okay? Got that? Sarah gets 5% of Abby's order. Then Abby comes back and she's like, I want to give people a coupon code too. I want to earn commission. So then Abby comes back and signs up as a brand rep. Guess what? Sarah now gets 5% of all of Abby's commission she ever makes. And then if Abby gives her code to Ashley, and Ashley comes back and signs up as an affiliate, then Sarah gets 4% of Ashley's commission, 5% of Abby's commission, and Abby gets 5% of Ashley's commission forever. Plus, did I say that right? Yeah. Sarah gets 5%. Yes, 5% and 4%. The tree will break it down. Anyways, I don't know how to take the picture off now. Okay, there you go. Anyways, that little image is on my Instagram stories too to kind of break it down for you. But it's the coolest thing because when I had my old brand rep program, I was like, man, it was kind of like everybody was competing with everybody. You couldn't like go give your code to somebody that you knew like had a bigger network or anything, because then she just got everything herself and you didn't really get anything for that except for commission off her original order. Now it doesn't work like that. So think about this logically. If you gave your if you gave your code to an influencer, she has a huge network, right? She signs up as a brand rep. Everybody that she gets to place an order, you make commission off their orders because you're making 5% of her commission. So say she makes $100 in commission, that's $5, or $1,000 in commission, that's $50. And all you had to do is get her to be a brand rep and it costs nothing. So it's really smart if you think about it. Especially this day and age with influencers. And like, I don't like contacting influencers because I'm not trying to like I want you to really believe in the product. But if you guys already know people and you've established a relationship with them, what an easy opportunity is for you to make some extra Christmas dough for show. I've already paid out like $700 in commission and we started the program last week. My goal is to pay out $10,000 by Christmas. Oh, that would make me feel so good. Especially since I can't just like give money away like I used to. So anyways, basically go to the lovelyfinejewelry.com, LOVELEE, finejewelry.com. Go to that website and it'll say, if you click on the little menu, it says earn free credits. Just click there, answer like 10 questions. It'll ask you, how do you know me and what's your Instagram or Facebook? You have to enter what your Instagram or Facebook is because that's the only way I can validate that you're like a real person and not my stalker trying, which she already tried, so I'm not that worried about it. I mean, I don't think she'll do it again. Who knows, you know? But that's how I validate if you're a real person or not. And then we have a big Facebook group. When that Facebook group, which is at it was at 36,000 when I started this challenge last week. But if it gets to 40,000 members and we get to 250 affiliates, which y'all, I wanted to get to 100 affiliates by Christmas or by the new year. We're at 232, I think, right now. If we get to 250 affiliates and 40,000 people in the group, I'll double your commission for a month. Double. Also, once you refer 20K in sales, which somebody else is already to $9,000 so far, when you refer 20K in sales, remember we've had the program for a week, not even a week maybe. You get 10% commission forever as long as you're a part of the program, and you get it in cash, not store credit. Even better, babes. The only requirement is that you have one referral. So you have one person either order or become an affiliate under you every quarter. That's it. 3 times a year? How many quarters are there in a year? 4, 8, 12. 3. Okay, that's as good as we're going to do on the hair today. All right. Any straight pieces? No, it's good enough. I just need to add a little something. Okay, it's a very easy program to make a lot of money, especially if you get an influencer to use your code. Imagine like you share. Also, I'll tell you, one of my girlfriends contacted one of our other influencer friends and she offered to let her use her code, and my influencer friend was like, I already have a code. Good try, sis. But I love both girls. Okay, so if you're not an affiliate already, you should. It literally costs you nothing. Hello, friends. Let me make sure nobody's in here that shouldn't be before I start talking about boys. Hold on. Save the white Gucci for you to think about. Have I tried the e.l.f. highlighter cream blush? No, because I have a hairy face. And like, I swear to God, creams don't look good on me at all. All right, let's put some makeup on real quick and let's talk about boys. So, let me make sure he's not in here. Hold Hey, Sarah, can you text Whoopi and ask him if he can go by the flower shop and grab my iPad? Because I don't want to drive all the way over there today. Tell him I'll put gas in his car. He needs gas anyways. He already told me this morning. Whew. Yeah, there we go. I need a headband. So, I kind of like someone. I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm scared they're going to see the video. And this will be way more than I tell him. Because to him, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm not there with him. I'm just like, I don't want to date anybody, seriously. But also, I haven't checked my Hinge in like a week. No, probably 2 weeks. Chris would be checking it for me all the time. And I just didn't check it. I definitely haven't been engaging in anything. My face kind of looks a little yellow, huh? You know? I don't know. Kind of hits you when you least expect it. Also, like, isn't it crazy that feeling you get when you first start talking to somebody and you're just like in la la land? That's such a good feeling. You know? Where you're like looking for all the red flags. I'm like, just tell me already. Like, what are you going to do wrong? Like, let me get you mad or something. And then a couple of Sundays ago, like 3 or 4 Sundays ago, I don't know why. I was just being a bitch for no reason. Like, I even told Sarah, like, I'm being toxic and I don't know why. And I'm usually not that girl. Even Sarah was like, you are, like, doing this on purpose. But, I don't know. You know. You just think, like, is this person really that nice? Like, let me see you when you get really mad. Like, I want to see you when you get pissed off. But, so far, it's pretty good. I'm, like, so nervous he's going to be watching this video. Okay. Doesn't look like it's over. Anyways. So, yeah. I kind of like somebody. One person. It's definitely made me not talk to other people. Even though he is like, I don't care what you do. I'm taken. And I'm not gonna lie, he definitely did ask me to be his girlfriend 3 times already, and I said no. Because, like, I said 41 dates. Even Krista lowered it down to 21, and we're past 21 already. For sure. That's a lot of dates with one person, right? Been doing a lot while I ain't been on this camera. But, I don't know, you just want to know. I don't know. I want a crystal ball from now on. I want to know ahead of time. I hate that word. I want to know ahead of time. Like, tell me how you're going to be crazy. Tell me if you're going to act stupid. Tell me what your work. Like, let's talk to your ex-girlfriend. You can talk to my ex-boyfriend, or my ex-husband, but, yeah, I am my ex-boyfriend for that matter. But you can talk to my ex-husband and whatever he tells you. While it may not be true, I probably have a receipt for whatever he says. Also, Wooey told me this morning that he thinks he dyed his hair the other day. Sorry for posting that petty thing the other day. I shouldn't have been so petty. Also, I'm not really that sorry. I did pray about it, but I didn't pray with really any remorse. And I told the teacher at school this morning, I was like, I didn't pray about it with any remorse. So I don't think God was really like, you know, I feel like you're sorry for what you did. Because I'm really not that sorry. I just know, like, it's going to get brought up eventually, probably. But also, that's the only thing I've ever posted petty. And I didn't post it. I just, like, shared it. I just showed it. But see, that's what happens when you have to keep up with all those lies. That's what you look like. I'm telling you. Must be a lot of work. I wouldn't know. But anyways, so I have to go back to court in like a week. Thinking about just not going. Like, what do they need to hear from me? I'm not stopping you from getting my 401k. It's the 401k company. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't know. They did ask me if you were an employee when you said you weren't, and I said he sure was, guys. That's why he took that big fat paycheck in February. So, yeah, I don't know. If you haven't read my last Instagram post, I'd probably go read that and it'll catch you up a little. Just know, like I've always said, people are always messaging me going, oh my God, like you have so many receipts. How did this happen at court? Because if your receipts don't get shown, then you're screwed. You got to make sure that, like what I should have done is just blurted it all out. Honestly. But I was like, trying to follow the rules, trying to be good, all that. Now I regret it. For sure. On reviews, can you leave photos? I think so. Chef makes you smile. Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's cute. You know, I think what I like the most, too, is, like, everyone is, like, so respectful of him. Like, everywhere we go, people treat me like a princess, and he treats me like a princess. Again, I don't know if this is just for right now. I don't know if he's, like, always like this. I don't know. We'll see. So far, so good. And trust me, I was trying to make it like not a thing for sure. I was like, no, I don't like him. But then I was like, yeah, I kind of do. It's just so easy. And he can cook. Like, I can't cook. God really does bring you what you need, right? Sis done brought me a chef. Anyways, yeah, he already got messaged about the crazy, so I guess I can kind of fill you guys in. And that's what sucks. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I want to tell him so bad. But, like, I don't want, like, I want to tell y'all so bad, but I don't want, like, you know, old Charlene and Crystal to freaking... Also, let me just say, if you're trying to make it look like it's not you, Crystal, the fact that you and Charlene are so... Charlene's born in 1958, too. She don't have a lot of years left. She really should get a hobby. But if you're trying to make it look like you're not the one who's been doing this the whole time, the fact that y'all are so easily connected on the internet, and then she's the one, like, reaching out to my people and making TikToks about me and all this shit, like, it really makes it hard to believe that there's some other stranger out there in the land who just hates me so much that they would talk about me this much over this many years, you know? Just going to give you a tip. I mean, I'm not a professional stalker, so I'm not sure. I'm sure you can write a book on that, but I don't know. Also, all that money and you're just spending it on sponsored posts to promote your crazy website about me? Like, you're just, like, giving me the money back. Doesn't make any sense. But I guess, whatever floats your boat. Do your friends like him? My friends are on here. Kim said I've been in denial for a while. I know, I really was trying to be in denial, huh? I'm like, no. Well, here's the thing. One of the things was, like, he was really nice right out the gate, and that was super weird for me. But also, like, he speaks in, like, really endearing terms, and I was like, oh, is this, like, love bombing? Not love bombing. It wasn't. That's the thing. I would watch these TikToks about love bombing, and it was nowhere like that. So I'm like, shit, that was 5 ways to tell, and he's none of those ways. So what do I do? Also, he was super cocky when I first met him. And at first, it was like, it was a turnoff, but it wasn't until I figured out that, like, he's cocky about stuff that he backs up. So now it's kind of hot, you know? At first, I was like, damn, like, nobody loves you more than you. But then I'm like, holy cow, every single thing that he's, like, confident about, he backs up. So, and that's what I was telling my friends, like, shit, what do I do? Like, he really is backing up this stuff. But also, I think I've never been with anybody who was that confident in himself. And, like, I tell him all the time, like, I've never dated anybody that I could, like, be super proud of, you know? And with him, you just kind of can, because, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it, because then I'm going to jinx it. I don't know. I'm going over there today for the first time. Like, I've been over there, I just haven't, like, stayed. So I'm going over there today. So we'll see how it goes. But he's very thoughtful, and he, like, keeps notes of everything. And he does, like, I'll say something, and he'll be like, I jotted that down on my notes. And then he, like, shows up with, like, a bag of candy and some grocery store flowers. And I freaking love grocery store flowers. He's brought me a lot of flowers, actually. But he was bringing, like, these fancy bouquets. And so I told him the other day, like, I don't want those fancy bouquets because I, like, want to make my own arrangement. Also, you could save a shit ton of money if you just give me, like, grocery store flowers. So yesterday he showed up with, like, grocery store flowers and a big-ass bag of Halloween candy. And I'm like, that is the way to my heart. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. He's nice. I know. Yeah, another thing is all the crazy shit that he said, like the things that he's done or things that he's doing, or like you Google it and he did do that. So you're like, okay, all right, maybe I'm just nuts. I don't know. You just think like, I told him, like, I'm never getting married. I'm never, like, I will never not have a prenup. I'm never doing any of that shit. And he's like, I ain't worried about that, girl. Got my own thing going on. So far, so good. Trust your gut. Do you breathe easy? Yes. You know, you met him like 5 times. Oh, yeah, he's just very easy. And he's funny, and he's fun, and he's, like, quirky. Like, a little bit nerdy, like I like. And he's thick, which I like. Yeah, so far. Who knows where we'll be next week? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't want to talk about this. What's the setting spray I just used? I don't know. Charlotte Tilbury. I don't even know if I like it, actually. I definitely like the Cover FX illuminating one. Do you ever put setting spray on your face or have somebody else do your makeup and you're like, I feel like they missed the whole side of my face? Yeah. My foundation was too light today, so we're about to darken it up. I feel like friends can see some things we can't. I know. And my friends are like, bitch, you need to be nice to him. Chris is always like, let him be good to you. Okay, I'll try. I don't know. Luckily, though, so my counselor originally told me, like, don't tell men about your stalker situation and your ex-husband shit right away because it's, like, a lot to handle. So I totally understood that. But with this one, I was just like, let me just tell him. Because, honestly, like, this is a lot of shit. And let's just nip it in the bud. Because what I don't want to happen is, like, what happened before where, like, one of them, like, said everything was cool after I started telling him information, and then the fucking crazies reached out to him, and then his whole like demeanor changed, and then I was already like halfway on the fence then, so when his demeanor changed, I'm like, no, I'm definitely not doing this for sure. Plus, to me, it's like, if you can't handle that, then like you're not gonna be able to handle me. But apparently I'm not as difficult as I think I am, according to some people. I feel like I'm a hot ass mess, but I'm very comfortable. Like, I always don't wear makeup, and I burp and I do whatever, and I'm like, none of that stuff's gonna change. So does that freak you out? No? Are you sure? But it's nice. You can just be, you know? And let me tell you, your girl is getting fed. That's for sure. We are eating good over here. Like, does it make you feel like I'm like using you? Because every time I'm like, can you come over? He's like, yeah, you want me to bring the foods? And I'm like, yep. Please. And you just, it's like a genie. You just like rub it and ask what you want to eat, and then they just whip it up. It's freaking awesome. Oh. Okay, we're getting a little darker. Oh, my eyelashes are bothering me. Okay, let me see. I'll check on the reviews after I get off the video. Can you send me a text so I don't forget? Because I will forget. Oh my God, please don't be in this video. Please don't be in this video. There's only 150 people in here. Okay. Real confidence. Oh, so that's what Shay told me. She goes, I think you're mistaking his confidence or his arrogance for confidence. And I was like, don't tell me, which is my answer to her all the time. And I'm wearing the Cowboys dress Sunday, even though I'm not really a Cowboys fan. Hi, Krista. Congrats on your award, sister. I saw that. That's so exciting. You do so much for everybody else. You're such a good human. But anyways, yeah, maybe I was. And the thing is, everything like literally checks out. Like literally every single thing he said, I'm like, no wonder you're so freaking cocky. And maybe I need some of that. Because I'd be over here thinking I ain't shit sometimes. And he's quick to remind me, like, girl, he's the one that wrote that in my shower about like, you'll conquer the world again. Just this time with someone who cares. Like, he writes me little notes in the shower. But also, like, guys, we're coming off 17 years of someone, like, playing both of us like a fool. So, like, it's going to take some time for me to be like... So, I'll just tell you what's happening. And then if they turn out to be some type of way, then they turn out to be some type of way. I will tell you that the guy that I was dating around Christmas time last year, the one with the big muscles, like, something in my gut told me he's going to go to the blogs. And sure as shit, he did. And I knew, too, because they had said something like he provided them his, like, earnings statement or something, W-2 or something, to prove his identity. I'm like, who would do that? Like, Mickey's not going to do that because we're still really good friends. And the last guy I dated, like, I have nothing against him at all. It was just not a good match together, even though we went across the fucking continent together. But it just wasn't, like, I wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I think the troll thing was probably too big for him, too much for him. And he wasn't technically my type, to be honest. I'm not into blondes or shorter guys or anything like that. Anyways, doesn't matter. But the other one with the anger problem definitely went to the blogs. And I'm like, you're so gross. Like, but also, boy, do not make me... So here's what happened. He says, oh, there's some tea for you. If you're watching this, hi, sir. But also, I told you, sir, it wasn't me writing about you on that Facebook group page. There's like this Facebook group page called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And he showed up at my house one day because he was like, did you write about me in that group? I'm like, I showed him my phone. Like, I'm not even in that group. Your ex-girlfriend contacted me and asked me about you. And like, I didn't have anything to say. I don't want to be involved in all that weird shit. Anyways, and so, but like, I chose to leave that relationship very quickly because I could tell like, this is not a healthy relationship for sure. Like, you got some rage issues you need to work out. Anyways, and I didn't talk to y'all about it because I was going through the divorce at that time and I didn't want for it to be brought up like if I was a bad person because I got into a shit relationship. They did progressively get better, I think. The relationships did. Or no, they didn't get better. My like figuring out this is not a safe place got, what's it called? My discernment got better. There you go. So I shouldn't have done that. Now I look like I got beat up on my cheeks. But anyways, to go to the blogs, like, boy, sit down. I didn't tell your ex-girlfriend anything. I didn't jump in front of your car. I can't believe you literally said that. Like, I wasn't even into it that much. So why would I do that? Also, I didn't send you pages of text messages begging, like, boy, you know I'll be keeping receipts. Don't be dumb. So anyways, I never really talked about that relationship, but then when I had heard that he'd gone to the blogs and like was talking to the trolls, like that's just disgusting. The one good thing I did get out of that relationship is he convinced me to get a different divorce attorney, which ended up sucking, but for a while was really good. So I did appreciate that. I didn't appreciate all the other crazy shit. And like I said, I figured it out very quickly. Like, oh shit, this is not safe. We cannot do this. But just to go, and then it sucks that I even have to like think about, oh, if me and someone break up, are they going to go to the blog and talk to my stalker? I think everybody else that I've dated is a mature fucking human and they wouldn't do that. So, but also I don't care. I ain't got nothing to lose. Yellow bitch. Tell them what you want. I don't ever not have receipts, so I don't care. But also I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. I don't really care. I just think it's weird. Like, who does that? So, yeah, I just found that out the other day. Glad to know you're still thinking of me. Also, don't. Are you going to post this live? I'm making pasta for Joaquin's cross-country team and I have 20 minutes to be done. Yes, sister. I'll post it. Also, that dude, the Christmas guy, lives around here now. I guess. I don't know. But I found out about all his past things because his ex-girlfriends reached out to me and were like, listen, this is what's going on. I'm like, oh, makes sense. But also, he was like a textbook narcissist, so it was easy to figure out. My ex-husband was not textbook. It was very difficult. I don't even know if he's a narcissist as much as he is a sociopath. But the guy from Christmas, like, even when he came over to ask me if I was writing about him in the group and I showed him my phone, I told him, and, like, he told the blogs that I have a group chat about him. Like, I don't have that group chat. That's your ex-girlfriend's, and they added me to it, and I left the group. So I don't need to talk about you because you don't matter. No offense. I mean, Jesus loves you, but I don't. And so, anyways, where was I going with that? I don't remember now. Yeah. Like, I haven't spoke about you. No joke. Like, not to be rude, but I don't actually give a fuck. So. But I don't want to get on here and, like, say bad things. Well, trust me, I'm still really good friends with Mickey, and that boy cheated on me on my birthday. But we're good friends, and that's all we can ever be, because Mickey's just not... No. He's not for me. I love him to death. Like a brother, buddy. And then... Like, some things just don't work out. That's what it's called dating, you know? Like, I went on dates before, and some of them were great, and some of them were like, holy shit, he's sitting on a cushion. This ain't gonna work. He was such a nice guy, too. He really was. Just not for me. A little too sassy. The guy that I like right now is very sweet, and I like that. Like, he's super just like, good morning, beautiful, how's your day? Or he's always like, thank you for being you. And I'm like, oh, you're so nice. Also, I think when you come out of a traumatic relationship, you will settle for crumbs. And I'm like far enough out of my traumatic relationship not to be in a healthy place. Like I told him the other day, I'm not as healthy as you are. Like, to be honest with you. That's why I haven't like deleted all the pictures. And I'm definitely not going to stop talking about what happened because I haven't even told the whole story yet. So, which he doesn't mind about any of that stuff. And so, because it is what it is. And I had warned him about the stalkers and exactly who was going to contact him and what was going to happen and all that in advance. So it was easy because when it happened, he was like, you literally told me this was going to happen. And then like when people follow him randomly, which I saw some of y'all did, that's weird. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of okay with it because, I don't know. I'm only okay with it because I want his network to grow, but I don't know that I'm in the relationship spot with him yet to be where I need to be concerning myself with his, like, you know, online stuff. I did buy his name as a website and gift it to him because I didn't want Captain Crazy Ass to buy it because she definitely bought my name and my Instagram name and my other Instagram name and the other way to spell my current website. So I was like, look, I know this sounds crazy, but I went ahead and purchased this. It only cost me a penny because if I don't, she probably will. So also he's going to need it because he needs somewhere to, my eyelash is like hurting right there. I don't know why. He's going to need somewhere to, he's in all these magazines and all these like articles are written about him. So like, you need to have somewhere to post all that stuff. You know, people need to see that stuff. The main thing I think that attracted me to him too was that he's so kind to other people. Like when nobody's looking, he's very nice to other people. And that is a big deal to me. Oh, let me see. I don't want to mess up my lashes. Addison has been doing my lashes, and she said y'all have been going to her too, and I love that so much. And you know what else she told me? Not a single person has A, said anything bad, but B, like discussed my life with her. Like, I love that. I'm sending y'all to somebody. Instead of talking about me the whole time, you're like doing your own thing. That makes me so happy. See, Crystal, I'm really not that relevant, just like you. So that was petty. Sorry, Jesus. I missed the Facebook post. It's on my Instagram. It's the last post on my Instagram. You have to scroll. So there's like the video I posted with my new ring. I don't have it on. And then after that's the video where Ben's like proposing but not proposing. And then with that East-West Gemco ring that I paid $5,000 for, a moissanite ring. And then the next videos or the next slides are like the whole post. Because I try to fit it. The post is 8,000 characters. You can only fit 2,200 in like a single post. So I had to like screenshot them all and put them as like picture slides. So, but it's worth the read. I talk about a lot of stuff, but it kind of answers a lot of your questions and creates kind of a timeline. And then in my stories, I try to create a timeline, but man, once I start talking about this, I go off on such tangents. I need someone to sit there and be like, here's a calendar. What is going on over here? Is there one turned around or something? It's just like sore. Are you going to post this live as you should? Kind to the children and the seniors? Yes. And, yeah, I'm just a fan. We went to his restaurant. Oh, I shouldn't have said that probably. Why can't I say that actually? We went to his restaurant and I took my kid. And I told him my kid's a super picky eater, blah, 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 this and that. And he like brought out all this food for my kid. My kid was eating buttermilk pie and all kinds of shit he never ate before. And so that was really nice too. Because like, I'm glad you're listening. My kid's super picky. And you're like going out of your way. And I like that it's not, but also like, I think my kid will kind of like anybody at this point just because he doesn't have. No, he won't actually. Because, no, yeah, I shouldn't say that. Because there are some people that he was not keen on. What is going on under there? Oh, if Addison saw me right now, she'd be like, bitch, what are you doing? I just need to get that little piece of something right there. Did I get it? Hold on. Bear with me, friends. It's probably freaking eyeshadow, and I'm trying to pick something off my lashes. Idiot. Okay, hold on. Back to regularly scheduled programs in like 2 seconds. Yep. It's literally eyeshadow. But I don't care. It'll bother me if I don't get it off. I gotta get it off. So far so good. Yes. I do like somebody though. Can't believe I'm admitting that. I'm not telling him that. I just keep saying, I don't know. And he keeps going, I talked about you to my friends today. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, it sucks that I have to live like this too. Like, with the last guy I dated, like, they were literally threatening, Charlene and her were threatening to go talk to his ex-wife. And I'm like, what in the fuck? This is so weird. Like, nobody else has to deal with that shit. And then I get, hold on. I'm determined now. I have to get it. Hold on. Hold on, right there. Oh, did I get it? It's like a little piece of something at the base of my lash. And it's just driving me crazy. And I can see it hanging down. Like from my eyeball. It doesn't even hurt. I'm just OCD stupid. Oh, I think I got it. Done. God, she does so good though. There's no filter on. That's just my lashes. They're so good. Okay. You can tug it and it should come off easy, but I don't want to encourage you to pull off your lashes. I know, and she'll be at my house in a little bit too, so I really need to calm down. She's gonna come over and be like, girl, what happened to your lashes? Hi, birthday twin. How are you, sister? What did you do this year? I thought about you. I was like, I wonder what she's doing. My memories popped up from my birthday last year, or from my birthday party last year. And I was like, I wonder what she's doing. Kind children, it's a real lash getting ready to fall out. Is that what it is? Oh, is it? That's why it's sore over here? Yeah, because it doesn't look like also stalks his job and your friend's husband's company. I know. Yeah, they were like looking up Chris's deed records and her husband's business and stuff. Like, Charlene, I already told you. You're like 60 something. You got only a few years left. You should not be spending your time doing this, sweet girl. Also, on her profile on the blog, she put an elderly lady from Arkansas. We know, sis. I also know my ex-husband made a trip up there. And then suddenly had all these videos from my Becca from Kiki LaRue Instagram. And I haven't been her in years. So how did he get those? I don't know. They're the same ones you posted on TikTok, though. Man, if I was a PI, if I was rich and I had time to just PI all this, it'd be a fucking lifetime, baby. But anyways, moving on. That's the other thing with dating. You gotta like, this is always weird stuff that comes up. So you have to be like, listen, I know. Listen, I'm actually not famous, but there's this little group of people on the internet that likes to just pay attention to me every day, and not in a fun way. I don't even have time to do that. I think he's just mature enough. He has his own success. Oh, he's definitely not intimidated by my success, but he's very cheerful about it. Like, he's very much like, you are going to kill it. Like, it's very, which is nice too, because someone before that I dated, like, I would tell him things that's going on and stuff, and it would just be like no response back. So you're just like, huh? Like, do you have anything to say to that? No, I know it's not your problem, and I probably just need your problem solving ears. But sometimes it's good to hear like, oh, hell no, or like, here's what you should do, or not even what you should do, because I don't need tips, but you know, just to like know they're like engaged with the conversation. So I don't know. It is a little mind-blowing, but I'm sure you can see this is why I don't want to date. Especially, like, when the guy that I dated the shortest amount of time was the one that went to the blogs. Like, sit the fuck down, sir. Calm down. Calm down. Don't. You have a lot more to worry about than me. Don't even get me started. Where's your kid? 68 and elderly. She was born in 1958. I don't know how old that is. And also her profile, her Instagram name is Sassy Sarah something. Sassy Sarah something, I don't know. And then on her Instagram page, she has, what does she have on there? I'm sure she's watching this right now. Also, how much of me can you send me my good selfies? Because my new phone doesn't have any good selfies, and I couldn't do the AI thing because I didn't have any good selfies. So no joke. If you could just like DM me a couple of my really good selfies I've taken, that'd be great. But on her Instagram profile, like, remember, her name's Sassy Sarah on Instagram. That's her username. And she has a COVID card, like, posted as a post. I feel like Sassy Sarah isn't going to be like a old lady from Arkansas who quilts. Charlene. Sweet girl. But just the fact that you could, like, Charlene used to be nice to me, too, in my DMs in, like, 2018. I went back and looked. But now she's definitely Crystal's little lapdog. They put together Zoom calls about me and everything. It's crazy. It's wild. Guess what? I can say that. Or you can sue me again. But this time I definitely know to get that evidence submitted. Also, like, I wish you would. Because we go back to court now. What am I going to say? She owns my name. She owns my company name spelled the other way. She has freaking TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, all the things. That doesn't look crazy at all, guys. A podcast. Said her and Charlene been working on it for a year. Wow. You charge people $1 to listen to talk. Well, they can just come listen to me for free, sis. Don't worry. I'll show them receipts, not just like half the deposition. We are clear. You won. I had to give you a bunch of money. And I'm still not shutting up. So what does that tell you? I'm not rich. So I would guess that if I still keep talking after having to pay, then I'm probably not joking. Also, you won't get away with it forever. But in the meantime, a view is a view, so I appreciate you. Just appreciate if you'd be kind. Or just go away. Okay, enough of that, because she's probably like in fucking heaven today that I'm talking about her. Enough about that. Okay, back to boys. But that's the kind of thing you have to explain. And there's not a lot of people you can explain that to. Like, we all don't think it sounds... No, we all definitely think it sounds batshit crazy. But you've been here for it, so you know. Like, telling that to a new person, can you imagine? A guy who probably is, like, preconditioned to think that women are freaking dramatic. Like, I'm not being dramatic, guys. This is supposed to be a happy place. But here's the deal. It is like a movie. I am being stalked on the internet by somebody that used to work for me. And her little 100-year-old sidekick. And she did win a lawsuit only because there was 0 pieces of evidence presented in my favor. Not a single post that she made that I could tell you that she made about me or that my other coworker or employee confirmed was presented. Not the direct conversations between her and my spouse talking about something and then talking about it on the blog. Oh, but I'll show those, don't worry. So, yeah, she did win some money. Congratulations. See, you're spending it wisely on Facebook ads. Every time I go live. Actually, you'll probably see her thing after. Also, if you follow it, I'll block you. No excuses. Don't follow it, period. If you follow anything that she does or says, I will... You know what's really sad? There's some, like, there's boutique owners that follow it sometimes. And I'm like, that's really sad because we should be sticking together. As soon as this stuff happened to me, like, I had so many conversations with other boutique owners trying to give them, like tips on how to get through all this stuff. I mean, I spent hours on the phone with other boutique owners just trying to, like, talk them off the ledge about all this stuff. Like, we definitely shouldn't be spreading that kind of stuff. So, or, like, supporting it in any way. Like, why would you follow that? Gross. It's disgusting. Okay, gotta do my eyebrows, then my lips, and my highlighter, and we're done. They need to go, the only topic of the podcast is me. How many different ways can you say it? We get it, sis. You got some dollars from me. Are you going to talk about your last job, too, or that you sued, or no, because you have an NDA there, and you didn't have my husband to delete it out of the Google Drive on December 8th, 2020. Always receipts. It's crazy how I can remember all these dates, right? I texted him about it December 9th, 2020, and was like, hey, if you use my computer at work, make sure you log out, because someone was logged into your Gmail, and for some reason, they accessed the confidentiality agreements, not realizing that until a year later that hers and my other employees were deleted. Only 2. I have Karina's from like 2014, but I don't have hers. Wild. They made a podcast, yes. But again, if you pay and if you go follow it, I will block you, so don't do that. We're not giving her dollars. We're delete and forgive, praying for the crazy and moving on. I will say this, if you see anywhere that it says sponsored post, please screenshot and send it to me because it's interfering with my business and that's her goal. So I don't usually talk about it this in-depth anyways. It's just been something that's came up a lot this week because I'm seeing like these sponsored posts everywhere. It's gross. I don't know how you have that much time to talk about me. But, or what is there to talk about? Like how nice I was? How I was the only one that showed up at your birthday? Or that I got your eyebrows microbladed for you, I was about to take you to New York, had your kid in my will, any of those things? No? Okay. Clear. Got it. But really, guys, what pisses off both of them, my ex-husband and her, is that I'm not dead and I'm not like I'm not just gonna lay down and stay broke and not try to create a new business and all that. That's what they want. And I never understood that when people said success is the best revenge. Like, I don't get that, but I do get that now. I just had to get my brain in that frame of reference. Because to me, like, if you're successful, there's no revenge in that. That's awesome. Like, I'm super stoked for you. How can I help? Like, what can I do? But my brain doesn't think like that. So, it is what it is. I'm the magic. That's what my counselor keeps telling me. Gotta remember, sis. She does this because you're the magic. She was my ex-husband's witness at court. Like, how's she your character witness when you literally said she was stalking me for 2 years? That's why your kid don't talk to you. Are they together? I don't know. That's what everybody says. Girl, you're important. What they can't stand is you're rising up. What are you using for my eyebrows? Girl, literally eyeshadow. Eyeshadow and a $5 brush from Five Below. It's the best. It's called Eyebrow Liner by CHI QUE maybe. It's all rubbed off. I was trying to read it. But my internet friends found these for me, and if they find any more, you guys, I don't know, send me some and I'll mail them out to people. But they're really good. It's a really good brush. It's like less than $5. And then I just use this dark brown right here. Works so well. I have my eyebrows microbladed too, so that definitely helps. Okay. They got your money, not my dignity. I know. I'm the only one that gives them relevance. I know that too. Supporting one another, being each other's. Yeah, that is important. It is important, and it's like so exciting to like be proud of somebody, or like sometimes I'm like so, not just because like we literally get the world treatment everywhere we go, but also because like it is so cool to watch somebody else in their career. I'm transitioning from that last subject if you can't tell. But it is so cool to watch somebody else in their career like killing it, you know, or be passionate about something other than like how many episodes of Survivor you watched or how many computers you can hack into. So it is really cool to like watch and see, and people just love him so much. But I get how people, like every dude, even the one that wouldn't talk to the blogs, used to say like, man, I love how people love you. And I didn't really understand what that meant either. But now I get it, because to me, I love how people love this guy. Like people just love him. And I think it's great. And yeah. But what comes with that is like, you know, I had to get our little cyber team involved and make sure that Captain Crazy and her friends don't do anything dumb, and which luckily they can track all that stuff now. So go right ahead. Can you submit all your evidence? No, it's too late. Why didn't your lawyer submit evidence? IDK. I really don't know. It's the question of the century. But I have till August of 24 to file a complaint. I just have to have the money for the attorney to do it. So I'm busting my ass. Because if nothing else, if I can't obviously get the verdict overturned, but I can definitely go after that law firm for why didn't you present at least the police video where my other employee tells you that she told Crystal that information directly and that nobody knew the information except for her. So how is that not, like, we had submitted it into evidence, but then when it was time to watch the video, same thing as my divorce, when it was time to watch the video, he was like, oh, we don't need to watch it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yes, we do. Are you kidding? Literally told you everything. She even asked if she can get in trouble for violating her non-disclosure. And the cop says yes. So, and then Crystal literally gave out links to the video on Reddit. Her and Charlene. It was gross. Literally, like, passing out links to the police video. How come I never saw it? I mean, I saw the police video, but, like, it was just gross. Saying she got... One of them was saying they got medals from the internet, from the blog, for like sending it to so many people. That doesn't make me feel bad or good. It just is gross, guys. It would be gross. This is like a freaking movie, and I don't want to be in a movie. You're making me have to be in this movie. I don't want to be in a movie. I want to be having fun. How did you figure out he talked on the box? Because number one, he had no response to when she sued me. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, she was one of my good friends. Like, we've never had beef ever. We've had no bad times ever. So where did this come from? She leaves the day I say I'm getting a CPA. Funny, because Ben filed for divorce right after I said I was getting a forensic accountant. Isn't that crazy? But also, so he had no reaction. That was everybody's first clue, but I didn't look at that for a year. Even the police and my counselor, everybody was like, sis, he's involved. But then, well after she was gone and Bub was gone, stuff that was happening in my house was still being repeated. And I'm like, how would they know this if I didn't talk? Like, I was not talking to you guys online, which meant that I wasn't making any money. And so if I don't make any money, then guess what? That drains my capital, my bank account, and then I can't fight back later, right? So that was kind of the point. But I was not saying anything to you guys, and this stuff was still, like, I would go days without talking to you guys at all. And stuff was ending up on the blogs. And I'm like, how the hell do they know that when I've never said that before? So that's the one thing I won't say, what the pieces were that they did say that I didn't say, because I know that they've screen recorded everything I've ever done, including this, and they'll go like try to find where I did say that, but no, there's a couple that you just don't, because I already looked. Like to verify that I was right. Like, did I really not say that? Nope, I didn't. So Also, we were, like I said in my stories today, we were in the process of getting permanent financing on our house, and I didn't know why it was taking so long. And then I contacted the bank myself, and they were like, sis, we've been waiting on him for forever. But the person that was talking online knew every single detail to the permanent financing or the loan process that we were going through. And she was helping him with our tax returns, even though at court they both lied and said they didn't handle the finances of my business, and that's obviously not true. Like, who the hell? She was like, people in small businesses wear lots of hats. And Kiddo was like, I ain't never issued nobody a paycheck. Like, Anyways, and so lots of stuff was getting repeated that just couldn't be otherwise. And he wouldn't do anything to, like, help me go look at the blog and read. Like, I don't want to read that shit about myself. Like, I've never read it in 10 years. And her and my other employee used to tell me all the time what the blog said, and my girlfriends would say, like, why do y'all keep doing that? Like, she doesn't want to know. Stop telling her. And they're like, we're just protecting her, which is gross. But anyways, nonetheless. And so after she was gone, all the stuff kept ending up on the blogs. And so I kept asking him, like, this doesn't make any sense. Nobody knows XYZ. Literally nobody. I didn't say those things out loud to anybody except for you. And sure enough, the very next day, like, it would end up on the blog after I told him something. And so when we went to get divorced, he listed her as his, like, star witness. And I was like, you son of a bitch. Like, so I wasn't crazy this whole time. Also, remember, he had told me and my son that it was her this whole time. I mean, and gone so far as to, like, show us that she was signed in places that I knew she wasn't signed in before that day. So how did she get signed in that day when you're the one that controls whatever account it was? And then at one point, I think they tried to set up the other employee and make it look like it was her by logging her into a computer at work. I knew that wasn't her logged in. First of all, she wouldn't log in that computer. Second of all, why would she go to the warehouse? Why would she be on that side? And I knew the icon color by her name was not a color I'd ever seen before. So, and I pray that girl does come forward one day and tell the truth about what she really does know, but I doubt that's going to happen. I'm not definitely holding my breath. I don't care. I know enough. I know enough, and you guys know enough, and that's all that needs to be said, But yeah, that's how I figured it out. Honestly, I think if he wouldn't have listed her as his witness, and she listed him in the lawsuit where she's suing me for telling you guys that she's doing this, she lists him as a witness. Like, why would you list him if he's telling me it's you? Like, whenever they made a comment on a post when I told him happy birthday when we were in California, November 27th, 2021. I didn't know he had filed for divorce before he got there, which is wild because while he was there in California, I kept telling my brother, like, I feel like he's lying. I don't know why. It's something in my gut. And he was like, no, babe, I never did that. Yeah, but right. So he had already filed a counter petition, and I didn't know that. And so, but I'll show you the text message in a minute. It's on my other phone. I messaged him while he was on the plane coming out to California, and I was like, I wrote you a birthday post, whatever. And then they commented on it and said, if you are so happy, why'd he file a counter petition? And I wrote, it's funny how they always know more than I do. And he goes, she's disgusting and crazy. She's also your witness. Yeah, but see, so when I went to divorce court, we're not supposed to be talking about this right now, actually. Anyways, guys. But when I went to divorce court, my attorney did not want to talk about that situation because she thought it would be too much to explain to the judge. The thing is, if you just explain it from the beginning to the end, starting in chronological order, like, it's not difficult to understand, and it all falls together, and you can't really untie it. And I think I got to that point too, where there was like 1,000 little things, and then when you sit down and write it all down, and that's what happened. I sat down and wrote it all down, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't get out of this. Like, there's just no way this isn't what's really happening. And then, especially on top of, like, he's writing me these massive paychecks, which I wouldn't have to work that much if I wasn't taking a big paycheck. Like, the only thing causing me to have to work more after my dad died was the fact that I was taking these huge paychecks he said the bank wanted me to take. And the bank said, Becca, we don't care. You are a little cash cow. That's what they said. We don't care. Also, you can definitely have a car. And then they financed me a vehicle. And that's how I found out about the paychecks. Because I had to show the car dealership my paycheck stuff. And he was like, why are you crying? And I was like, oh my God, I think my husband's doing something wrong. And they're like, why do you think that? And I'm like, because he just wrote himself a $10,000 paycheck and he doesn't work for me for 2 weeks. And wrote me a $40,000 paycheck for 2 weeks. And I'm trying to slow down working because my dad's about to die. So why would he take $40,000 from my business? It doesn't make sense. Ben said it was because of the bank. The bank wanted me to make that much money on a paycheck. But the bank said, no, it wasn't. They don't care. They were like, we don't care what you do with your money this year. We care about what you did the last 2 years. And then I went out and bought a car. because I hadn't had one in 7 months because he said the bank didn't want me to have a car because I shouldn't be financing something when I'm trying to get permanent financing on my house. The bank said we didn't say that, so I went out and got a car, and the bank financed it. Same bank financed my house at 3.5% interest, financed my Denali. And yeah, like I said, it's all right there. But the important part is when you go to court for any single thing, you have to have somebody tell your story correctly. If they don't tell your story, it's never going to be heard. The judge is going to hear, oh, I made $4 million in November or 2017, and I made $150,000 last year, and I've been in this divorce for 2 years. It looks like I'm doing something intentional. Trust me, sis, I'd rather be rich. I hate being broke. This is not the life for me. I mean, I'm surviving, but it fucking sucks. But that's the part she hears, or she sees me like telling you guys these little bits and pieces online. I just made my Instagram public September 1st, but she saw all these private stories under Becca from Kiki LaRue, mind you. I haven't been Becca from Kiki LaRue in like 3 or 4 years, so where'd you get those from? But she sees all these stories where I'm like, he should be writing y'all a thank you letter, because he should. Y'all are the reason that we had anything we had. And so it looks like I'm being petty. I'm not being petty. That's being honest. Like, these people have funded our entire lifestyle for a decade. Like, you should be being kind to them. Not swindling them, darling. Okay, what else do I need? Do I need anything else? Can I just go like this? I'm not even going anywhere, honestly. What is this? Snail mucin? I'm going to tell you. I think this shit works. It's weird. On Amazon. Heard about it online. Really do think it works. I want to use my other setting spray. But also, everywhere I went, I could rehearse this whole story again and again 1,000 times because there's nothing to remember. I lived it. That perfume, God, it smells good. Bella Rosa by Oscar de la Renta. Shay gave it to me. Shit. Do you ever just smell yourself and you're like, God, you smell good? Oh, my setting spray. This is the setting spray that I really like. It's by Cover Effects. I don't really know what it does different. I just know my makeup stays on. I have nowhere to go except for the post office, but I don't care. I'm gonna be cute there. Did she cash the 40K? Did he get the 40K? So the 40K would go into our personal checking account when I did not log into the bank for months and months and months. So he would take the money from my business line of credit, move it to my business account, then say, hey, do you want a paycheck? And I'd be like, how much are my credit cards? Whatever. I've never said, give me a $40,000 paycheck. Oh my God. First of all, that's embarrassing. And that would make me feel so greedy. My average paycheck, which I asked him about one time what my paycheck amount is. And he said 16 grand. And I remember, I've told you this before. We were sitting there watching Yellowstone and I go, that's funny because that's the exact amount the blog knows. And like, I didn't know what my paycheck was. I just do the dance. And so I thought that's crazy because that's literally the exact same number that's on the blog, 16,000. Who would know that number? Like not 15, not 5, not 20, but 16,000. And I remember telling him like, that's funny because that's exactly how much the blog says. And he goes, her. Now we know that her means fuck, I'm caught. But okay, so he would take the money out of my business line of credit, put the cash into my checking account, my business checking account. And then he would give me a paycheck and I wouldn't log into our bank account because I just didn't need to do that. There was enough money in there all the time, like well over 6 figures, so I never had to worry about that. And so, sis, we're in a whole different world these days. So I never logged in the bank account or anything, but when I noticed around October-ish, maybe, August, October, that he was making these massive payments to his credit card, these 2 credit cards that he had that I was not an authorized user. I would be an authorized user and then he would lock the card. I think they said he locked it like 9 times in a year. So he would tell me it would be to only take that card so we could get points. And we would take it with us out of town and it would constantly get declined. So like we were at the airport before, had to have a stranger pay for our bags. It was so embarrassing, $40. Because I didn't have any cash. They don't take cash. Sorry, I did have cash. Let me back up. I did have cash. They don't take cash and I didn't have a credit card. So he would make sure that was like the only card. And then I realized like, oh my God, he's paying like $25,000 on a credit card, but then charging it up the next month, like 28 grand. Like what the fuck are you buying on these credit cards? Like I only have to work however much my bills are. So if I keep my bills low, I can like relax for a minute. I can mourn the loss of my dad and Beth. Like I can go see my counselor more. I can be a better mom. But if I have to, if my bank account is, or no, not even my bank account. I guess if I am constantly being told like, nope, you got to hit this target because it's based off of these asinine credit card. Like imagine making a $25,000 payment on a credit card and then charging it up 28 grand the next month. Like I ain't got nothing that's that expensive, first of all. But also my business card literally paid for everything. So why would I be charging a bunch of stuff on your personal credit card that I don't have access to? Because that's what the payments were going to. And then yeah, by November, I was definitely logging in by then. And I was like, well, where's my dough? This don't make any sense. Where's it at? And that's when I was like, your money, my money, God's money. I don't care. I'm hiring a forensic accountant, which we've been told to do 1,000 times. And I was just fed the fuck up by then. And I was like, nope, I'm going to do it. And then 2 weeks later, he filed for divorce. Par for the course. I'm so confused. You should have represented yourself. My counselor says that all the time. Also, I cuss a lot and I overspeak. Like, I interrupt people. And my face is extremely visual. Is that what it's called? Where you can, like, see what I'm thinking. So I don't know that that's a good idea. Also, I cry a lot in court because the stuff hurts my feelings when you talk about it. When you say it out loud to you guys, it's not as hurtful because I feel like I'm giving you information. When you're saying it in front of the person, see, like, gives me a lump in my throat. When you're saying it in front of the person that did it, when you're saying it in front of the person that did it to you, it is more emotional because you're looking at that person like, how could you have done this? You could have just left, you know? So there's like 7 more layers to this that we've never talked about, but we're definitely saving that for a rainy day. Gotta go pick up the niece. You know your story better than anyone can tell, even if they review it over and over. I know. Expressive. Yeah, my face is very like, oh, hell no. Because there were some times in court where, like, they would say stuff and I'd be like, the fuck? Like, no. And, you know, she didn't like that. You're not supposed to cry or have any expression. But I don't know how you could do that. Like, I'm a normal person. I can't just not cry. Some things are really sad. Like when I had to admit that I knew about the confidentiality agreement thing. I had just found that out like 2 weeks prior. From Google. They can look up anything. So, they definitely told me who was sitting at my desk, what deleted user deleted the confidentiality agreements. Which made sense because the first time I deleted him from the system in March, he like lost his marbles. God, he was so mad. And then the second time I did it later in the year, he didn't care at all. And I'm like, oh, he must already got everything. But we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. One day, maybe they'll have to like, you know, both tell what they did. I doubt they're never going to do that. When did you say Sunday story start? It was supposed to start last Sunday, but honestly, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I'm just too sidetracked and I just don't want to talk about it. Some days I do want to talk about it. It just depends. Like, if I have something to say, then maybe. And, like, this week, I guess I do, only because, like, I have to go to court again, and that's dumb. But also, it's very stressful for me right now, like, financially. So I think it's, like, getting on my nerves more that I'm in this position right now when I shouldn't be. Like, he's living high on a hog. And then knowing that, like, they both definitely got well into the 6 figures from me. I say well into, one of them only got $250. But, and then to still be like going after my 401k. That's the other thing too. If I knew he was doing all this, I wouldn't have ever written him a paycheck in my life. Number 1, he said I had to. Number 2, I figured out real quick from the bank, no, you don't. We don't care if just one of y'all makes income. Doctors and plastic surgeons have wives that don't work all the time. But also, I would have never contributed all that money to his 401k. Also, out of that $10,000 paycheck he gave himself on February 19, 2021, $4,500 of it he put directly into his 401k. When do you ever give yourself a paycheck? And then if the bank needs to see that you make money, like you said, why did you put almost 50% of it in your 401k? Number 1. Number 2, who puts 45% of their paycheck in their 401k? Unless you're trying to pad it because you think you're about to file for divorce after we get permanent financing in March, except for I rained on that parade because I wrote everybody and said, I ain't signing shit. I ain't Teresa Giudice. I ain't going to jail for nobody. So then the loan got drug out for a couple more months, and so then he had to play nice. And then he went and got a job in June for the first time in forever. And then I guess by June, July, August, I guess by November, he was done milking the cow. And I was done being the cow. So he filed. And then went to California and told my family that I was nuts, that there was no way he would ever do that. And he'd already done it before he got there. And somehow it was on the internet. So how'd they know? I don't know. But anyways. Also, all things that I say can be backed up by things on paper. If you'd like to see them, let me know. Crystal. He's gonna run out of money eventually, and yeah, that is not gonna last forever for sure. You shouldn't, I know, really shouldn't, but I do. Still happens every day, so I'm gonna keep talking about it till it stops happening. When did you say? Oh, I already read that one. He got his 401k and mine, and I still have to give him like another $150,000 to equalize the estate. And I had to pay all the attorney fees to defend myself against her by myself. I had to pay her entire judgment except for, like, what did they say? Like 9 or 10% of it myself, which I'm sure it didn't all, I'm sure he paid it and he got paid right back, I bet. I mean, that's definitely a guess on my part. It's my opinion. I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't put it past them. Another one from before. Nobody new went to the blogs. He was old. And I literally dated him for like 5 minutes. Calm down. Yeah, he did. I knew too. Right when they said that one of them did, I was like, I know exactly who it was. Who? No. My new person would not do that, I don't think. Yes, I know. Sometimes I answer y'all and I'm like, they have no idea what I'm saying. What 401k did y'all have that you could just put so much in per year? No, it was only $4,500. So it's only $19,500. That's the most you can put in a 401k every year. I think that's the number. Oh, my baby's home. Damn it. I bet he didn't go get my stuff. But that was the first paycheck he'd given himself the whole year because he didn't work for me. But he put $4,500 of it in there. But like, why would you put, first of all, like, you shouldn't be giving yourself a paycheck at all. You'll hear the videos later and he like contradicts himself. I'm like, why did you give yourself a paycheck? And in one video he says one reason, one video he says another reason. When he figures out I really am talking to the bank and that I'm not just like blowing smoke and saying like, no, they didn't say that, then he like changes his tune. You'll hear it eventually. I'm gonna keep talking until A, I feel like it, and B, until I feel like, I don't know, maybe until I feel like she's like stops harassing me because she's still doing it every day, stops buying sponsored posts to tell more lies. Because at the end of the day, it does affect my reputation. It definitely, like, she said she's bought my name as a website because she wanted to clear her online reputation. What fucking online reputation? Are you kidding? I've been here for 10 years. But I don't know. Until I feel like I've gotten the whole story out on my chest. And until they stop harassing me. Shit, I have to go to court next week. But next week, I think it's just to, like, to have the judge say, here's, like, I guess to have her, like, sign off on something saying that he gets my 401k. I don't know. He got his, too. And he said that here's the other thing. If they make up numbers, it doesn't matter, which is obviously what he did in our case. Like, he made up numbers for how much money he had in his 401k before we got together or before we got married. Like, he literally only had a job for 6 months before we were married. So, like, how the fuck did you have all this money in a 401k? But she gave it to him as separate property. And she gave him the 185 401k that my company had. And she gave him mine, which was like 290 something, I think. 296 the last time I looked. And I have to give him, and then he got a check for like 211 from the sale of the house, which was totally his plan, which is why he was getting so many appraisals. So the value would just keep going up. I kept asking him, like, why do you keep getting more appraisals on our house? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it sounds cool and all, but, like, we don't need to keep paying for appraisal after appraisal. The bank said that's enough. But I guess if you plan to sell it later, that's why you wouldn't dispute the tax office thinking your house is worth 2.7 when you only paid 1.6. And that's also why you probably keep asking for more appraisals. Because the first one came in at 1.8 and our last one came in at, like, 2.8, I think. And then what do you know? My house gets put up for sale. And I can't do anything about it because when I left my marriage, please don't forget, I had $0 to my name. 0. Not a 1. Like, my bank account was overdrawn, but he was looking at 2022 F-250s, getting, like, sales sheets sent to him from car dealers. I'm like, you're not even the type of guy to call a car dealer, as far as I know. And he was looking at deer leases in Montana and Wyoming and all these places, and I was like, what the hell are you doing that for? Like, your bank account's overdrawn. And he's like, don't you ever window shop? Maybe you should try it. Yeah, bro. Speaking of looking at people from the outside, send me the picture with height markers. This is such bullshit. She was coming after. Oh, yeah. She knew what she was doing. Do I have a fun evening planned? Yes. I have to go pack all these orders. I'm going to record a little bit of that. I have to make sure all the products on the website are under $9.99 because I promised you I'll do that by tomorrow. Then I'm going to go ship the orders, ship the bags that sold, and then ship orders, film shipment, make the group spreadsheet for the photo shoot on Sunday, pay my bills, deposit my payment from the black bag, drop off the orders, make the list of the sale summer stuff. That's my to-do list. Thanks, guys. 40%. No, God, no. The same judge. I don't know. It's not a if she will or won't. I think it's just like I don't know technically. I don't have an attorney anymore, so I'm just going if I go. I think it's just like where she signs off saying, yes, you have permission to take her 401k. But I don't have anything to do with that. If the judge says he can do it, he can do it. I'm not stopping him. I know there's an issue with ADP right now because he called them April 2nd, 2021. And then December 2nd, 2021, and told them he hadn't worked for us for 5 years. And that's a red flag because you took paychecks that whole time. So they're handling that. I don't have anything to do with it. None of my business. They just said, ma'am, did he work for you? And I said, well, yes, sir. He sure did cash those checks. Do I have to see him when I go? Yes. But that's good though, because he is very not attractive to me anymore. So like I get the romanticized idea of him out of my head, especially with like, you know, your memories that keep showing up. Like I look at that now and I'm like, sometimes it hurts my feelings and sometimes I'm disgusted. I'd rather be disgusted. But when I see him in person, I'm absolutely disgusted. So I'd rather see him because it makes me like, feel like, oh, like now your insides match your outside. That sounds insane. Yes. The judge didn't hear hardly anything. So I could have appealed, but I didn't have any money to do that. So when I say I left my home with no money, I mean, we moved into a hotel and our friends paid for it. But not only that, oh, my baby's here. But not only that, like I had no money at all. I had to get any money to pay lawyers and stuff out of the trust, or I had to work my ass off at KLR. But also I was trying to keep up with all these like $7,500 a month rent plus $7,500 a month and all these credit card fees and stuff that I was under, thinking when the money comes out, when all this is over, the judge's going to do the right thing and she's going to give me the cash from the sale of our house and pay off my business debt, because my business debt like funded our whole life. It's how we went to Africa. It's how I got half the handbags I got, you know. But she didn't. She was like, nope, you get the debt and the business. He gets all the cash. So that's what happened. And there's nothing you can do about it so far. She gave him all my 401k. Yes, every dollar. I thought it was always split. Nope. But remember, she thinks she gave me a business worth millions of dollars. The business doesn't even exist now. She thought she gave me a business that was worth like $1.6 million. So she's trying to equalize the estate. What she didn't realize was he's lying to you. Those documents that he showed you where our tax returns weren't what we actually filed. What we filed showed my business had a loss for the first time ever, which was also odd because he was also fighting me for the refund for the taxes in the divorce hearing. So to me, it's like, do the math. Like if that's the number on the screen, I would have been paying. He's fighting me for the refund. It's right there. But no, you have to have your attorney say, Your Honor, like the refund for 2020 is right there. That means they didn't have to pay. There was not some big asset number. For the first time ever, because he knew he was going to file for divorce in 21, he filed my taxes for 2020 and said we had a loss. Also, he didn't file 21 taxes. Our divorce was in 23 because he knew she'd be able, first of all, he knew that she would see that there's a pattern of a business in the tank and my business would be worth nothing. What she should have done is dissolve the business, paid off the business debt with our money that we did have, and then we just split everything else and go 50-50, but that's not what happened. Then what else was I going to tell you? Oh, and then I didn't like file for bankruptcy or do any of that stuff. Because to me, like filing for bankruptcy is lying because we do have the money to pay for it. I got it from selling my house. I paid for my line of credit, or I paid for my land my house was on with my business line of credit. Like, and yes, I've paid off my business line of credit a bunch of times. And one point she says, well, the line of credit was paid off right before Becca filed for divorce in March. It was. And then Ben strung me along from March to November, telling me he didn't want to divorce me, and ran that line of credit right back up, and then filed an injunction in January that said I couldn't use it anymore, which it was tapped out anyways. So for the next 2 years, I did nothing but try to keep up with the payments. Mind you, like going through this shit, trying to figure out the crystal case, trying to figure out how they're connected, trying to do all that stuff, and paying these massive rent. I don't have any employees. My business is obviously slowing down. I don't even have control of my Facebook page anymore because it's under his e-commerce or his Facebook commerce account, which he also lied about. But yeah, how can you get your 401k? No, I promise you exactly how I said it is how it happened. Do a packing live on TikTok. They always pop up for me. I thought about that. Does he act as arrogant when you see him? Yes. He's just gross. He's like, okay, this is him. That's all he is. In person, like, he don't say shit to my face because he knows. Boy, sit down. Shut up. He's gross in real life. It's disgusting. He can see you're doing better. Oh, fuck, of course. You're better than me because I would see him. I'd want to. Oh, I mean, I get there. There are days where I'm like, dang. Where I want to do all the things you probably think in my head. But at the end of the day, I have to be a good example to my kid. I've always tried to make the right choice in front of him. So, and he's already been lied to for so long by his dad. Like, I ain't doing that. I don't want to be a bad example. I already, like, am so lucky he's not fucked up from all this. Because I tell him all the time, like, the fact that you are still, like, a really good kid who makes, like, solid decisions and who really does like care about people. Like, I'm so lucky. No, it wasn't a matter of like who he's in bed with. It's a matter of like what the judge gets to see. Had the story been told properly from beginning to end, just like I tell you, it'd make perfect sense. And then I had the receipts to prove it too. And there was some definite bad lawyering for sure. Like my inventory and appraisement sheet not showing up, or Ben having like copies of my private emails with my attorney sent to them. God, up on the screen, and you see your attorney stand up and say objection, authenticity, and his attorney goes, "You sent it to us," and you're just like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing." Like it's like slow motion where you're like, "Please don't say anything. Please don't object. Please don't object." Oh my God, I knew that's why there was 2 copies of that email in the binder. One said copy with the Post-it note, and one was just the email. And I was just like, how did they have that email up on the screen? And it was saying like, I want XYZ. It was like the dream list of everything you want him to pay for. But when I say him to pay for, I mean him to agree to release money out of our trust of money that I earn. But it looked like on the screen, I want him to pay for this and him to pay for this. And then if he doesn't agree, tell him we're taking the dog. Like it was all on the screen. So he got the dog too, which was my kids. But it's fine. You can't file the correct documents. Yeah. I mean, you can say he walked away a winning man. I mean, I know what you mean by that. But, like, it's not really a winner. Like, you got to think about your karma every day. I don't want to think about that. That was not handled correctly is correct. Why did she not do the 50-50? What was her reasoning? Because she thought she was giving me my business that was worth millions of dollars. And it wasn't. Like, he told her that we had $700,000 in inventory. We had $4,400 in inventory. So he had told her that I've never seen us have less than $400K in inventory. But my big issue with him for the last several years is how come you keep telling the IRS that I have all this money or all this inventory? What does that mean financially? How does that work? Number one. And then I figured it out later on. But at the time I was like, I keep having to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS every year, and I'm losing $500,000 a year after Crystal came on board. So how am I losing $500,000 a year in revenue? My popularity is going up, but I'm paying to the IRS every year and never taking a loss. It doesn't make any sense. But then suddenly, right before he thinks he's going to file for divorce, my business suddenly, like, we filed taxes and now there's a loss, which I was happy about because it's the first time ever I'd gotten a refund in like a decade. Yeah, for people who didn't handle my finances right. I love the picture you shared. He looks like an old, I know. Children are resilient. Yeah, they definitely, he knows. Hi, Em. Just getting off here. Anyways, okay, I gotta go change my outfit. And I gotta go do all this shit. I don't even know what time it is, but I gotta get to the post office quick. I'll probably go to the other post office that stays open later, the Grapevine one. Because the Roanoke one closes at 5 o'clock. Does it look weird that my hair is so thin? Look. Can you see back there? Those are white spots. Because I only have like 2 little tracks in. Because it was just like pulling my hair out. I think like it's just not enough hair in the bead, you know? Okay. I gotta go. I love y'all. Thanks for listening. I didn't mean to like go into all that as usual, but I'll leave this here for later so you can catch up if you need to. They can screen record it, download it, whatever they want to do, study it, try to figure out ways they can disprove things I said. Good luck.